Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are going to see about fundamental rights in the Constitution of India. What is the fundamental rights in India? The fundamental rights in India ensuring in Part 3, Article 12 to 35 of the Constitution of India. It is basic human rights granted by the Constitution of India to all citizens. Those rights are essential for a person's freedom, dignity, and overall development, and they help build a fair and equal society. The six fundamental rights are right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, culture and educational rights, right to constitutional remedies, right to equality, Article 14 to 80. The right to equality means that every person is treated the same in the eyes of the law, no matter who they are. No one can treat them unfairly because of their caste, religion, gender, race, or place of birth. Article number 14. Article number 14. Equality before law. Everyone is equal in the eyes of the law. The law treats rich and poor, powerful and weak, men and women all the same. For example, if a minister and common citizen break the law, both can be punished the same way. Article number 15. No restriction, no discrimination. The government cannot discriminate against any citizen based on religion, race, caste, gender, place of birth. For example, a girl from a poor SC family can be denied admission to government school because of her caste. Article number 16. There are equal opportunity for all citizens. Matters relating to employment or appointment any office under the state. Article number 17. Abolition of untouchability. Article 18. Abolition of all titles except military and academic. Article number second. Right to freedom. Article 9 to 22. Right to freedom is the Indian Constitution protect the basic human freedoms that are essential for a person to live freely and with dignity. Freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of assembly without arms, freedom of association, freedom to practice any profession, freedom to reside in any part of the country. Article 19. Protection of six fundamental freedoms. Freedom of speech and expression. You can express your thoughts, opinion and ideas freely. Freedom to assembly peaceful. You can gather in groups for meetings, protests, etc. Freedom of from association. You can form club, unions or any group for common purpose. Freedom to move freely in India. You can travel anywhere within India. Article number 20. Protection in respect of conviction for offense. No one can be punished for something that wasn't a crime when they did it. Article number 21. Protection of life and personal liberty. No one can be deprived of life or personal liberty unless it's done through a fair legal. Article number 22. Protection against arrest and detention. This article gives the right to people who are arrested. Right against exploration. Article 23 to 24. The right against exploration is covered under Articles 23 and 24 of the Indian Constitution. Those articles are meant to protect people, especially the poor and vulnerable, from being misused or treated unfairly. Article 23. Prohibition of traffic in human beings and forced. Article 23A. Traffic in human beings and the beggars and other similar forms. Article 23b. Nothing in this article shall prevent the state from imposing public processes and imposing such service the state shall. Religion, race, caste or class or any of them. Article 22. Prohibition of employment of children in factories, etc. Right to freedom of religion. The right freedom of religion of the Indian Constitution guarantees the every person has right to follow, practice and spread the religion and their choice. Article number 25. Freedom of conscience and free profession, practice and propagation of religion. Article 26. Freedom to manage religious affairs. Article 27. Freedoms as to payment of taxes for promotion any particular religion. Article 28. Freedom as to attend at religion instructions or religion worship in content educational institutional. Culture and educational rights. Article 29 to 30. It is the protect the rights of minorities whether based on language, religion or culture, so they can preserve their identity and get an educational that respect their heritage. 20 Article 29. Protection of interest of minorities. 29A. This provides any citizen or citizen, culture, language, script the right to conserve their culture, language and script. Article 29b. The shall deny admission educational institute from it to any person based only one race, religion, caste, language or any them. Article 30. Right of monasteries to establish an administration educational right. Right. Article number 13A. All religion militaries have rights. Article 30. When we educational institutions discriminate against it under management minority. Article 6. Right to constitutional remedies. It is the most important part of the Indian Constitution. It gives citizens the power to protect their fundamental rights if they are violated. Article 32. Right to constitutional remedies. Article 33. Power of Parliament to modify rights for armed forces. Article 32. Restriction of rights during material law. Article 35. Legislation to give effect to fundamental rights. Thank you.